Chapman for three. Bang! He is hard to believe. The Magic at 360 turn with the dribble. Banding down the middle. Give that to Rudy. Sliding down. Right in the corner. Double shake.
What's going on? Welcome to Dime Dropper, episode 43 of our 24-minute recaps. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe on YouTube at Dime Dropper Podcast, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, follow us on Spotify, and of course, to follow us on social media at Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Dime Dropper Pod. For tonight's episode, it'll be short and sweet. My Wi-Fi has just been really weak lately. I don't know if it's because of the wind here in LA, but I didn't get to watch the Suns-Nets game. I know Simon, one of the subscribers, was asking for it. I apologize. I did hear your boy Harden went off, though, and got the win, so that's very impressive. I'll probably watch, like, the extended highlights or something, or, like, the all possessions maybe, but I don't know if I have the patience for it. Anyway, I'm going to talk about the Celtics, who I only watched the fourth quarter of the game tonight, but it was enough to tell the story, in my opinion, and then the Clippers and the Jazz. So let's start with the Clippers, who were in the infirmary again tonight completely. Kennard, Batum, Kawhi, and Paul George. Bev was back, and boy, was he back. We started out the game so incredibly well. On defense, it was amazing. Reggie Jackson, Lou Williams, even getting his hands active on defense. Patrick Beverley was getting over screens. Not letting Donovan get off to a good start. He was 2 of 9 to begin, and it was all because of that pressure, getting over screens. We knew who to go underneath on. We knew who to go over on. Terrence Mann coming in, absolutely fantastic. For whatever reason, I see people on Twitter saying, like, I can't believe Terrence Mann has done such a good job in the rotation. Like, what? You Dime Dropper fam, we've been saying this since the glorified Summer League. I don't know. These Clipper fans, you know why? It's because half of Clipper Twitter is obsessed with offense. They don't give a shit about anything else. They're all about efficiency and threes and offense. I couldn't give two fucks about that. It's the same crowd that was hating on Avery Bradley so much when he was our best defender. I mean, did he take some bad shots? Yes. He wasn't as bad as Clipper Twitter make it seem out to be. They just don't appreciate good defense. It is what it is. Terrence Mann is showing how valuable that is. Anyway, I thought we played great. I thought Morris was good in the beginning. I thought everything was good in the beginning, and the Jazz were missing shots that we wanted them to miss. We were doing a good job defensively and went into the half with a lead. But eventually quality showed out. And eventually Donovan Mitchell at times was like, fuck it. No screens. I'm just going to take guys one-on-one. And he was getting in the paint and creating like bunnies for Gobert under the basket. He was dominating, man. I can't lie. He was dominating. Zubats in the second half, he wasn't getting rebounds against Gobert. Like, he was getting offensive rebounds on him, Gobert. It was getting bad. Donovan was just getting in the paint too easily. But they also were just protecting him like crazy, calling every foul. What was good with that? Did not enjoy that one bit. But yeah, at the end of the day, quality showed out. We went cold. I mean, Morris was cold in the second half. Lou was cold in the second half. The Cinderella story went on long enough. It was a great effort. I'm proud of the boys. I'm proud of Coffee, who came in and did well. But I don't know. I think that I hope we get our guys back soon, because the Jazz are creating separation at this point. The 1 seed is becoming more of a reach and something we need to let go, which I just really didn't want. I wanted us to go for the 1 seed. And I don't want us to do what we did with Glenn Rivers, which is, let's conserve for the playoffs. Let's not risk it. And then our team gets I see our chemistry is great as like a unit, as a whole team, but like we're going to be only playing a specific group of players in the playoffs, and I want them to get rhythm. And right now the Jazz are just flying right now. And I just want to be as in best position we can to do well. But whatever. It is what it is. I really hope we get Kawhi back, because we're playing these scum again next. I hate the Jazz with a passion. I always have. Darren Williams and Donovan Mitchell are like the only Utah Jazz players that I've liked in like their whole history that are actual stars. Even though I have a lot of respect for the old guys, but it is what it is. Final score in Staples Center. The Jazz 114. The Clippers 96. The Jazz move on to 24-5. The Clippers dropped to 21-9. We did a good job on Bogdanovich tonight. He was 2 of 10. Joe Ingles was pretty good, I thought. He got away with an offensive foul, though, on a 3, but he was good over pick and roll. 14 points, 5 assists. Rudy Gobert, 23 points, 20 rebounds. That's a great game. I'll give it to him. Donovan, 24 points. It seems like he always shoots 9 of 22, but 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals. And then 18 points from JC, Jordan Clarkson. Here's the thing. Stat line doesn't look good. 7 and 23. Make no mistake. This fool was eating. In the second half, he was getting off. Jordan Clarkson is the easy sixth man of the year. It's not even close. It's a total runaway. And you love to see it. I mean, I've been watching Jordan Clarkson play since he was a rookie because he played for the Lakers. So to see him have the success, I'm happy for him. Am I happy he's doing it for the scum Jazz? Fuck no. But it is what it is. Rudy Gobert, want me to clarify why I don't like him? Let's start. So I have a huge pet peeve about centers with no skill, as we had DeAndre Jordan. Now, Rudy Gobert is a Walmart brand, like a designer version of DeAndre Jordan to me. He has more touch, but he still has no touch in terms of relative to any good, great center of any era. He can't create his own shot. He's good at what he does. He protects the rim very well, and he's a good roller. That's about it. Screen setter, roller. He also, was being careless with the coronavirus. Didn't like that. I didn't like him. We played the Jazz in the series. He also plays for the Jazz, which is an added negative. I hate non-skilled centers, quite frankly, and I just think he's an overrated defender. I think he's a great rim protector, but he's not very good one-on-one defense, and I think the basic principle of defense is to guard your man and stop him from scoring at the end of the day, not guarding little dudes coming in the paint. I understand he's a rim protector, whatever. He's not Hakeem Olajuwon. He's not Dikembe Mutombo. So, whatever. He's cool. He's trash. I know. Oh, you're a Jazz fan? Is that why you're wondering this? Well, let's start with the history of the Utah Jazz, right? I was born into a Laker family, and my parents and my uncle grew up telling me that the Utah Jazz are scum with Coach Sloan, Pedophile Malone, and scum Stockton. So all three of them I had a distaste for, even before I even started watching basketball. Even though much respect to the late, great Jerry Sloan. Dude's a legend. I'm not, and so is Stockton and so are Malone. And then, not to mention that, their first team when I started watching them was a bunch of white boys. Goran, Girisek, Mehmet Okur, Andre Karolinko. Hated them all. And Boozer. And they still had Coach Sloan. The only person I liked was Darren Williams. He inspired me in a lot of ways to play point guard. And then I liked him for a while with Gordon Hayward. Like, I didn't hate him anymore, really. But then the whole, their fans started getting into that racist stuff coming back. And I just don't like the Jazz. Like, it's just always been a thing. Not just, fuck the Jazz, man. Like, I can't stand them. I like Donovan, but I can't wait for him to leave. Just something about going into Utah that's annoying. And now they have Rudy Gobert, who I can't stand. Oh, and to make things worse, they have Mike Conley, who I also can't stand. And that's because of, if you're a Clipper fan, you should know who our biggest real rival was. Yo, Adam Keefe was my coach in the past. Wait, that's another story, though. Adam Keefe is my coach. That's a different story for another day. But let's move on to the Celtics. I went on a tangent there. Whatever. Celtics and Hawks. I watched the game. These were two dime dropper teams. The Hawks were in a complete slump, right? And the Celtics, without Kemba, without Marcus Smart, find a way to give them confidence again. They were struggling with Trae Young in the pick and roll, but tonight was just one of those games where Trae Young was just hitting. He was just hitting. And when that happens, especially late when Trae Young, he has some fourth quarters where he hits, and then I'd say 2 out of 3, he's whack in the fourth in close games. As far as I've seen this season, honestly, nah, because he lost every game last year basically. So no, that's what he is. But the Celtics, they have trouble defending. They don't have defensive chemistry. There's just so many different lineups in this equation. And here's the thing: they have so many freaking players that are just young players that are very energetic and play decent defense individually, but they don't know how to play team defense, which is all what the NBA is nowadays. And they aren't threats to create anything, and they're not even threats to hit open shots. These are guys like Javonte Green, like Semi Ojeleye, like Grant Williams. They play good defense, but they don't offer enough. It's all Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, high pick and roll, Kemba Walker every time. It's very predictable. It puts a lot of onus on Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown to do everything. And when they don't have great games, it's tough to win, especially when Kemba Walker's been in and out of the lineup. There's got to be some moves made here from Danny. I mean, Brad, I don't know how much to put on him. I just don't think that it's just not fresh. It's gone very stale. There's a lot wrong with this Celtics team. Right now, Kemba Walker is not playing like a star. So you basically just lost Jordan. And they don't have Marcus Smart. That's huge. So let's read the lines right now. And it's a great win for the Hawks. Mind you, 20 points from Collins, 24 and 13 from Capella, 40 from Trae Young. The Celtics also just have no rim protection. They did not address this in the summer. They did not address this. So they blew it. And I think here's the thing. I see a lot of people getting on Danny Ainge. Danny Ainge has done an incredible job with this Celtics team over the since he took over. However, he didn't do a good job this offseason. I think it's fair to say he didn't do a good job this offseason. Outside of the Pritchard pick, not much. I mean, Teague was just a pointless signing, in my opinion, at this point, just like I predicted, honestly. I don't know why they wanted him. I knew Pritchard was going to be better than him. But Peyton's still learning things. You know what I'm saying? He's not someone that you have to rely on as the third creator, which he was tonight. They don't have anyone else. But, yeah, let's look at the lines. Tatum, 11 of 21. He wasn't bad. 35.6 rebounds, 6 assists. Jalen had a tough night, 6 of 20. And, as I said, they're putting a lot of onus on him to score. And he's 6 of 20. So, I mean, it didn't happen. Didn't happen for them. Jeff Teague, 0 of 2 in 9 minutes. Yeah, it's just 10 of 31 from 3 for Boston. They got some problems, man. We'll see what happens next, but continuity is important, and they haven't had any of that. That's all for tonight, guys. I have to say, I'm just going to say something. It's getting kind of tough for me to watch a lot of these games, man. Like, I've dropped the Timberwolves as a dime dropper team, but, like, I don't want to sound like I'm a complainer, but, man, I don't want to sound like a complainer, but, man, I'm really just getting tired of, like, the style of, like, the NBA now. Like, I'm just watching too much basketball. You know what I mean? Like, too much modern basketball that I already don't really like. I'm just watching it because to stay with the times and to give you guys a great depiction of what's happening in a game-to-game basis with all these teams. But, like, I don't know, man. My attention span is starting to die in some of these games. Not with the Clippers and the Lakers. The LA teams will always, like, I'm always cool with that. Like, that, I watch those to the day I die and I have no problem with it. But, like, the other teams, like, I'll probably watch the Warriors because they're playing the Heat tonight. But, like, I don't know if I want to watch the Wizards. Like, I don't know if I want to go back and really go in depth about the Suns and the Nets. I found so many classic games to add to my folder. I don't know. I just kind of want to continue, but whatever. All right, guys. I'm going to go to the live chat now. Thanks for joining me. Peace out. What's up, y'all? I'm going to be on here for 12 more minutes. No, Kemba was awesome, man. Kemba was awesome last season, but it's ever since the injury, he's been struggling, man. Thank you for the money, Intel Wild. I don't hate the Lakers. I hate this current rendition of the Lakers because I just can't stand the fact that LeBron is on the Lakers when all they did was shit on him his whole career. And then, I'm not going to lie, having LeBron come to the Lakers clouded me of being a fan of LeBron because it was like I can't root for him anymore, really. Because I can't stand that simple fact. And then when he tried to get Kawhi, it made me lose all respect for him as a competitor at like all of it. And then it made me reflect on his career in an unbiased perspective. And I started going back and watching, and I was like, yeah, I just don't want this guy to win anymore at all. So, no, I don't actually hate the Lakers. I hate LeBron and the Lakers. I actually have a huge love for the Laker history. I think I'm more obsessed with Laker history than like any kid under the age of 20, to be frank. I'm all right, J Love. What about you? It's kind of a whack night, not gonna lie. I was supposed to film an episode today, that Kobe video, and we had technical difficulties. So I'm really pissed about that. I want to bring that to you guys as soon as possible. I don't actually hate LeBron as a human being. I just hate the narrative and media surrounded with LeBron. Dude, I watch the Wizards all the time, so I actually haven't watched any I think I watched like one ABA game for a second, but there was too many players I didn't know. And I was like, I'm losing interest, but maybe when I get towards the end of the ABA, I'll watch. Maybe when it's like more Dr. J, New York Nets stuff. Really? You finding a lot on here? What channel you been finding them on? Idle Wild South? I feel you on that, Edgar O. Simon, do you think Jimmy Butler ever cared about stats? I don't think he's caring about stats. I think he's just kind of carrying the load because the team's off to a bad start. Oh, really, Michael George? Okay. Okay, for sure. No, it's not caring about stats, Simon. I genuinely believe he needs to do this. Remember, I've been saying it, See, do you hate Kawhi for begging KD and Pete him on the Clippers? Well, he wanted one co-star. That was never the easy way. And plus, he's coming to the Clippers. You need to understand how big of a leap of faith that is. It's not like he wanted KD and PG at the same time. We never had the realistic cap to do anything like that. Yeah, Bilal, you're right about that. Off-ball Manning. Off-ball. Off-ball. Okay, Michael George, that's interesting. That's good. I mean, my podcast was supposed to be sports, like basketball centric, but I'm not supposed to only have it basketball. But since it's the basketball audience has taken off so quick, then I've just kind of like saturated it for now, like that. But no, they're not gonna miss the playoffs. I'm disappointed to hear that the Warriors are coming back, though. I was hoping the Heat will win, so that means I have to watch that game when I get off here, because that sounds interesting. But Blake, I don't know, man. I just hope he doesn't go to the Lakers because that would really hurt my soul. Any goals I have for YouTube, long term or short term? I mean, I'm trying to get to 5K right now. Um, yes, I do hate you guys. You guys want to come into our city? All right, Intel Wild. We came here. How old are you, bro? Because we came here in 1984. I doubt you're that old. So, our city. Okay, buddy. The Clippers have been here longer than you. Salty little boy. A bunch of different channels. I actually just watched Nets versus Nuggets ABA finals. David Thompson, Bobby Jones. That sounds lit. I'm actually down to watch that. Other than that, though, Simon, like I'm trying to get. I mean, obviously, we're trying to get 1 million subscribers eventually. What do you think of the Jazz? They keep winning, but the other team doesn't have their best players. I think we should take them seriously. Yeah. I feel you on that, Michael George. Rag to bitches, not right now. I really don't think there's that many great teams in the NBA. Are you older than 1984? Because I don't know how salty you'd be about the Clippers moving. Nobody over the age of 30 is salty about the Clippers moving. How do I feel about KD after joining creating super teams? I think he took the LeBron system and went to play with friends that made his life easier out of a small market, but he took it to the extreme and ruined everything. And yeah, very uncompetitive. Get over it, man. It's Los Angeles. We have millions of people. Like, you only care because we're good. You probably did not give a shit a couple years ago. You only care because we're good. Quite frankly, that's good for the Los Angeles sports scene. Do you think we need to make any trades before the deadline? Honestly, at this point, no. Honestly, no. That's because I shaved Ernesto. I don't think that's selling. I think they're calling the Jazz, the Hawks, is selling him a little short because it's the West, not the shitty East in 2015. They're not a fluke. They just had trouble. I think they're missing Jay Crowder at the 4 spot. Olynyk has been trashed. They struggled to rebound. But Jimmy's been out. What's their record with Jimmy? Facts, Ella Funk. Bill Alabasi. I disagree with it completely. They're not good enough. Maybe he's just a Stockton fan, Michael George. At the end of the day, if somebody has a really connection with a player, man, that's bigger than a rivalry. No, we don't have 2 football teams for baseball teams. That's an Anaheim team. That's not LA. Football, yes, but I feel that. Yeah, I'm not a Patrick Patterson fan either, Bill Alabasi. It depends who we have, Know My Flow. What? I don't know. Nah, Michael George, that was AIDS, bro. Absolute AIDS. That's facts, J Love. And nobody should dispute that, and nobody needs to have a problem with that. That's great. If the Clippers win 5 championships, that'd be great. Damn, bro. I'm disappointed about the Heat. They really lost? Fuck. It's my favorite team besides the Suns. Like the East, my favorite East team. I love the Heat. So I love Jimmy Butler. He represents he's like the one of the dying breed of stars that we have. Like, that doesn't give a shit about stats and actually just plays to win and is not trying to make friends out there. Somebody like that I grew up that's the type of person I just grew up with Kobe, so I thought of a certain way. Oh yeah, you want to talk about Los Angeles sports? You guys got 12 chips, not 17. You want to talk about Minneapolis Lakers? Let's talk about Minneapolis. Let's subtract it. You got 12 chips. And then Minneapolis was all white dudes in the 50s with no shot clock before the NBA actually became a real league. Thanks, Marcus McPherson. If y'all have Kawhi, do y'all win Friday against the Jazz? I'm going to go and say yes. Simon. Yes. I mean, I don't know what he's arguing about. Did I ever say the Clippers have a championship? Like, you guys are just talking shit to talk shit for no reason now, bro. I'll literally make you look silly about the Lakers. I know more than the Lakers than probably any of you in here, so I will make you guys look silly about your own team. You guys just have to have Google and respond on the other side. That is a benefit. Nah, it's 12. You guys get salty because I'm speaking the truth? That 5 of them are Minneapolis with white guys with no shot clock in an basically illegitimate league? Thank you, Gabriel Duenas. Yeah, Gobert did. Best Laker ever is a tie between Kobe Bryant and Magic Johnson. Current/modern Laker fans are so sad, and they have no respect for others in the game in total facts. How could you hate the Jazz, who are made of great drafting and everything else to go right to be in a small market? Do I have to repeat myself, guys? You know, like the Utah Jazz are like a standard of likability in NBA history. Come on now. I think I think they can work. I just don't know the problems with the Pelicans. I don't watch them enough. No, Jerry West is third in my opinion. No, George Mikan was considered the first superstar. I just think that with as I said, is the NBA getting better and better? Magic had 5 rings. Kobe had 5 rings. Kobe accomplished more statistically in totals. Magic accomplished more in less years. I don't think Magic accomplished more. And I'm the biggest Magic fan, but I don't know why people outside of LA have this skewed perception that Magic Johnson is so much better than Kobe. I love Magic Johnson. I will swear on his GOAT argument, like that he has one. But dude, it's right. It's neck and neck, man. You don't understand what Kobe meant. Like, by the way, that's also incorrect. Magic Johnson was like beloved in Los Angeles in the 80s. Like beloved, like a superhero. You know what I mean? Like insanely. Yeah, Seth, you were right about that. Best Los Angeles Lakers, Kobe or Magic, man. No, I don't think we could have won the title in 2015 because we lost to the Rockets, so we would have lost the Warriors. I feel George Mikan is a legend, though. No disrespect. Know my flow. Any team but the Jazz and the Memphis Grizzlies, bro. Like anyone but them. That's okay. I want to see the Clippers win. We've never won. I want to see the Clippers. I don't give a fuck about any other teams. Like, fuck the Jazz, bro. You used to be around Magic? No way. Really? Did you ever talk to him? That's true about Jerry West, though. People sleep on his GOAT Laker case because of his exploits as a GM and a player. And plus, he just bleeds the Lakers. Like, forget what he said in the summer. He's working for the Clippers now. But, dude, that man, he wanted to do anything to give Los Angeles a championship. I respect him so much. First of all, okay, Simon, you need to stop listening to your brother. Clear backseat is really harsh. Kobe Bryant averaged as many points as Shaq or as the same amount in 2001 and 2. He was arguably better in all the Western Conference playoff runs, and then Shaq ate against weak centers in an era where centers were starting to get weak, and Kobe let him get eat and get Finals MVP because he understood what was needed. But in 2001, Kobe was killing the Spurs, killing the Kings. Like, people really discredit Kobe for those rings, man. I'm really sick and tired of that shit. And you know what? Your brother needs to realize that if he's listening to this, totally wrong about that revisionist history. I was watching Game 6, or like the end of Game 6 when LeBron was in Boston. If you want to talk about Kobe losing 3 games in a row in 2006, which he was not expected to win the series, by the way. LeBron was expected to beat the Celtics in 2010, fully expected. And he lost 3 games in a row because he played like trash. And Mike Breen said himself, I just listened to it, so nobody can tell me otherwise. I can post a clip if you want it. He said, And a terrible ending to the season. What was supposed to be a championship season falls in the second round. Like he was talking about the Clippers last year, as if that disappointment level. The huge upset. The Celtics beat the Cavs. It was an upset at the time. The Celtics were not hitting stride until they played those motherfuckers. And he wants to blame Kobe for those three rings. He doesn't want to hold the same energy for LeBron. Garbage. And LeBron's team was so much better. Mo Williams was better than anyone on those Laker teams. You don't understand how bad Smush Parker and Kobe Brown were. But anyway. That's all I got to say. I feel you with the Magic. Magic is a GOAT. No, facts, bro. Magic is my guy. I'm just saying, bro, Kobe deserves respect for those 5 rings. No way. Dude, how do you guys he really remembered you? Dude, I'm jealous. Hey, I'll tell you this, though. I'd be down to go to a Jazz game in Utah just because it sounds so loud. Like, I love, like, loud crowds. Not bubble frauds. I think Jerry West is more of a point guard. He's a guard, but he played more point guard in his career than shooting guard. He was just a score first point guard. If you look at it, he brings the ball up more often than not. He's a point guard. Yeah, Lamar Odom was the only good player on that team. Fact. Everybody else was mediocre at best. They were actually terrible. I haven't gotten a cent yet, Simon, because Google AdSense is freaking lagging on my ass. All right, guys. I'm done for the night. Sasha Vujacic, the machine. Magic Johnson is on that level, Michael Ta. I can't give anybody a clear, succinct GOAT because Magic Johnson made, like, if you really think about it, guys, the main reason a lot of us like basketball and live in Los Angeles is because of Magic Johnson and Showtime. Because, like, that's what made basketball like a thing in LA. That's what set the Lakers apart. And then Kobe and Shaq continued the tradition. But when they came into the fray, basketball was already like a popular thing. Like, the Lakers were already the Lakers because Magic set the precedent. But all right, Intel Wild, you're funny. No way. Dude, Seth Greenberg. That's amazing, man. Damn. What the hell? Man, Sideswipe. Thanks so much, dude. It's really nice of you. How much is $50 in Canadian? I really appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that. Is that $50 in American? Thanks so much, man. I really appreciate that. You just made my whole day because of that, man. I was having a tough day. I'm not going to lie. 47. Hey, that's good enough. Man. I was having a tough day, bro. And then thank God. Man, because I was having a tough day and the Clippers are playing like ass, but thanks, man. 40 in USD, that's amazing. That's a chat high, man. Hey, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna do a giveaway soon. I'm gonna try to do a giveaway soon. Old jersey giveaway. Let me know. What player do you guys want to see me do a jersey giveaway? For free. It may not be like an authentic jersey, but it's gonna be like a real looking jersey. And I'll sell for free, like a raffle. Like, what do you guys give me an old player you guys want to see whose jersey you would want to see put in a raffle? And mind you, no Lakers or Celtics players. No Celtics or Laker players, because I think that I have a whole, if I do a Laker player, Clipper and Celtics fans won't order it. And if I do a Celtics, Laker fans won't order it. So Magic, T-Mac. Oh, that's a good one. Isaiah Thomas, Wilkins. Curry plays in the NBA now. I can do a poll. I was thinking Penny Hardaway. Ooh, Barkley would be good. I was thinking Penny Hardaway or Charles. Iverson's a good one. Magic. I feel like just the Celtics fans just would not buy it. And I don't know how many Laker fans would just because it's Lakers. But even though my rule about wearing jerseys is no current player unless I'm like a huge fan of them. Like unless they play for another team. Only Clipper current players. But Lakers, I can wear a Laker jersey all day. I have Laker jerseys, but like old players. Like I would never wear a Laker jersey from the player now unless I was like at a Laker game. Yeah, unless I was like at a Laker game. And like obviously I don't go to Laker games to root for them to lose. That's weirdo shit. Chuck. Peja Stojakovic. I have an Eddie Jones jersey, but I'm not selling it. I'm not selling my Eddie Jones jersey. All right, that's it for the night, guys. You mean this guy? You mean this guy? The Dream? All right, I'm out for tonight. Get out of here, Mike Conley. All right, peace.